My ex-wife, let's call her Sarah, was a master of deception. For years, I thought we had the perfect marriage. We built a successful business together, a small but thriving accounting firm. I handled the clients, the number crunching, the audits. She managed the office, the finances, the payroll. It seemed like a perfect partnership. I trusted her completely, with my heart and with our livelihood. But behind that sweet smile and organized desk was a secret that would shatter my world. It all started subtly. I noticed small discrepancies in our business accounts. A few $100s here, 1,000 there. When I asked Sarah about it, she always had a plausible explanation. Oh, that was for the new office software. Or I had to prepay a vendor for a big order. Her answers were quick, confident, and I, being the trusting husband, never pushed further. I was busy, clients were demanding, and I figured she had it under control. Looking back, the red flags were waving right in my face, but I was too blind to see them. T-Rail wake-up call came not from a spreadsheet, but from an anonymous email. It was short, just one sentence. You should look into who Sarah has lunch with on Tuesdays. My first reaction was anger. Who would send something like this? It had to be a disgruntled former employee or a jealous competitor. I almost deleted it. But a seed of doubt was planted. Tuesday was the one day she always said she had a business development lunch and would be out of the office for a few hours. I had never questioned it. So, the next Tuesday, I told her I was visiting a client on the other side of town. Instead, I parked my car near her favorite lunch spot. I waited, my heart pounding in my chest, feeling like a fool. And then I saw her. She walked out of a fancy restaurant, laughing, holding hands with a man I recognized instantly. He was one of our biggest clients, a man whose accounts I had personally managed for years. They kissed, a long, passionate kiss that left no room for interpretation. In that moment the world went silent. All I could hear was the shattering of my own heart. I drove home in a daze. The betrayal was a physical pain, a weight pressing down on my chest. But as the shock wore off, it was replaced by a cold, hard anger. The anonymous email, the business lunches, the missing money. It all clicked into place. The pieces of the puzzle formed a picture of deceit that was far more elaborate than I could have ever imagined. That night, I didn't confront her. I pretended everything was normal. I needed a plan. I was an auditor by trade, a man who finds truth in numbers. If she was stealing, I would find the evidence. My own business was about to become the most important audit of my life. I knew her system, her habits, her passwords. While she slept, I went to our home office and began to dig. It started with the company's bank statements. I cross-referenced every single transaction with our invoices and expense reports. It was painstaking work. For the first few hours, everything seemed to match up. Her tracks were well covered. But I knew what I was looking for. I started focusing on the vendor payments she had mentioned. I pulled up the records for these supposed vendors. Many of them were shell corporations, companies that existed only on paper. The addresses were P.O. boxers. The phone numbers disconnected. And where was the money going? It was a complex web of transfers, from our business account to the shell company, then from the shell company to another account, an account I didn't recognize. I managed to get access to that account's details, and my blood ran cold. It was a personal account in Sarah's name, one she had hidden from me. The balance was staggering. Over the past 3 years, she had systematically siphoned off nearly $500,000. But it got worse. I saw where she was spending the money. Lavish gifts, 5-star hotel stays, expensive dinners, all documented on the bank statements. And the recipient of her generosity, the client I saw her kissing. It was all there, in black and white. She was using the money we earned together to fund her affair. She was bleeding our company dry to impress her lover. The scale of the betrayal was breathtaking. I spent the entire night gathering evidence. I downloaded every statement, every fake invoice, every email. I created a meticulous file, an auditor's report of my own wife's fraud. By sunrise, I had a mountain of undeniable proof. It was a professional, airtight case. There was no explanation she could offer, no lie she could tell that would get her out of this. The next morning, I didn't say a word. I just went to work. I called my lawyer and laid out the entire situation. He was stunned, but he confirmed what I already knew. This wasn't just grounds for divorce. This was a serious criminal matter. Embezzlement, wire fraud. The list was long. We filed for divorce that day. And then we took the next step. I walked into a police station with my file, my audit, my evidence. When Sarah was served with the divorce papers, she was shocked. Se cayed me, screaming, crying, accusing me of ruining our lives. I stayed silent. A few days later, the police showed up at our office with a warrant for her arrest. The look on her face when the detectives led her away in handcuffs is something I will never forget. It wasn't triumph I felt, but a profound sense of sadness for the life we had and the person I thought she was. The legal battle was long and messy. Her lover, the client, immediately dropped our firm and denied everything, claiming he had no idea where the money came from. But the evidence was overwhelming. The shell corporations, the bank transfers, the hidden accounts, it all pointed directly to her. She tried to play the victim, claiming I was a controlling husband who drove her to it. But the jury saw through the lies. They saw the meticulous records of her theft. In the end, she was found guilty on multiple counts of fraud and embezzlement. The judge didn't go easy on her. She was sentenced to several years in prison. All the stolen money was ordered to be returned, and our business assets were awarded to me in the divorce settlement. I had to rebuild the company from the ground up, regain the trust of my clients, and heal from the emotional wreckage. It hasn't been easy. The scars from that betrayal run deep, but I survived. I learned that trust is a precious thing, easily broken. My business is now more successful than ever, built on a foundation of honesty and integrity.